I've seen the Alan video. I was sad when I saw it because I know Alan Kyremateng. I know his relationship with John Kuffour. I know how much John Kuffour wanted to promote Alan Kyremateng. I know how much John Kuffour has endorsed Alan Kyremateng. There's no Alan Kyremateng without a John Kuffour. It is John Kuffour who promoted Alan Kyremateng. From the days of Impretech, it was John Kuffour who made Alan Kyremateng Ghana's ambassador to the United States at the turn of the century. That was significant. A new American government has come. The Republicans are taking over the White House again. The Republicans had not been in the White House since Clinton. And everything was changing in the world. Millennium Bug had come around. The year 2000 was exciting for everybody. We're in a new century. We're in a new epoch. Technology was coming big in the world. America was very, very important. Everything was happening in America. George W. Bush, the son of George Bush, had become president of the United States. America was in the middle of a war. They had done the Iraq war. Everything was turning, and America was in the middle. John Kuffour decided that I'm also new president of Ghana. John Kuffour was beginning to lead this new African renaissance of genuine democratic leaders himself. Chief Obasanjo, they were supported by Hosni Mubarak. Thabo Mbeki was in South Africa. Everything was great for Africa. In those circumstances, John Kuffour said Alan Kyremateng should go and be the ambassador in America. Alan Kyremateng went to be ambassador, but that's when people who didn't know him from Adisada, Lachimota and family, all of us who didn't know him, that's when we heard about him. That, Kuffour had appointed some brilliant young man to Washington to be an ambassador. He was in Washington, he wasn't quite happy with it, he wanted to come down. Again, Kuffour obliged. What did Kuffour do? Kuffour removed a stalwart in parliament, Kofi Kunadu Apreku, member of parliament who had been a stalwart of the MPP. He had been at the backside of, at the side of Professor Dubois to help him to work. And Apreku had been known in Ghana. Apreku was already a big name. Apreku was taken out of trade and Alan Kyremateng was given the job. Alan Kyremateng did the PSI, etc., etc. Not to say much about that. But in the year 2000's campaign, I was there. The MPP had to answer questions on PSI because the NDC was using it. That you did PSI and wasted money. Forget about all that. Then Alan Kyremateng was given significant support from Kuffour's castle in 2007. That's a dead story. Everybody knows that. The sitting president, John Kuffour, was endorsing a candidate in his party. Something that he shouldn't do. In fact, he didn't even do it publicly. But he did it behind the scenes. Water has gone under the bridge. So we now all know what's happened. But John Kuffour supported Alan behind the scenes because he's such a quintessential Democrat. He didn't want it to be obvious. He spoke to Akufo-Addo people as well, but everyone knew that Alan's campaign had been oiled by Kojo Mpianim. Kojo Mpianim, who is Kuffour's chief of staff, continues to speak for Alan. So there's no Alan Kyremateng without J.A. Kuffour. Alan is nothing without J.A. Kuffour. Today, listen to what Alan Kyremateng says about John Kuffour. I'm completely shocked. Why? Does Kuffour own Alan Kyremateng? Is Kuffour for Alan Kyremateng? Is that Alan Kyremateng's property? I don't understand it. Is John Kuffour Alan Kyremateng's property? Is that his property? I don't get it. How can you be unhappy because the leader of the NPP has endorsed the NPP candidates? Is that not natural? And they're asking Kuffour to keep quiet. Alan Kyremateng, what are you talking about? When you were running for presidential aspirant against Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, everybody knew that John Kuffour was supporting you. Nobody said anything because Kuffour has a right to choose who he supports in the party. That's the spirit of the NPP as I've seen it. They allow you to support whoever you want to support. People knew that Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was supporting Mahamadou Bawumia. He didn't do it obvious. He didn't cut anybody's head. But he gave his support however he could to Alhaji Bawumia because he felt that if he is a delegate, he's going to vote Bawumia. Kuffour felt that if he's a delegate, he thought Alan Kyremateng is better. So how can Alan Kyremateng come today when there was an internal party contest where every party leader must remain neutral? It was clear that John Kuffour was backing Alan. Alan didn't find anything wrong with that. Alan finds something wrong with the MPP president. Kuffour had been delivered by the MPP to be president of Ghana. Without the MPP, Kuffour would not have been president of Ghana. Kuffour is a founding member of the MPP. Kuffour has been a founding member of the MPP since the NLM. And the MPP has a candidate for an election that looks like a difficult election. And John Kuffour comes out to endorse his party candidate, and Alan Kyremateng is attacking him. And Alan Kyremateng joins the ranks of the NDC. I was going to use a word for them, but I can't use it. Listen to this. Listen.
No, Bawumia wonim dabe okofa ni free wonim Bawumia ejuma ben na Bawumia ya it work say he's the best person for you. I'm challenging President Kuffour. Say what ejuma ben na tie say I na me say on the kofa no ba. Anamebwa. Dear Juana Baumia, dear Juana Baumia, a year before.